I want to start a series on how to raise kids to be good and happy. I will be providing some techniques and tips. This is again based on my experience with my kids. They're grown up now, they're in colleges. Um, so, what works well and what doesn't work well, what potential issues that you should avoid and things like that. But anyway, I know that nowadays it's very challenging to raise children in this, you know, uh, hyper commercialized, competitive, social media, iPhone time that we have right now. So I think I'm talking about, start from the very beginning, of course, when your wife is pregnant, make sure, you know, um, she stays she stays healthy and stays safe, especially toward the end of her pregnancy. She want to make sure she doesn't get into any, you know, anything physical, avoid any, should I say, heavy activities and things like that. So you can make sure your pregnancy is healthy and all of that. But after that, um, it's going to be very challenging, especially new parents. So you want to probably before that, take classes and read books, and so you're well prepared to deal with your wonderful arrival. Anyway, between the age of, I guess, after birth to maybe a few years old is very challenging. Your child will be very active and they would love to get involved with everything. I mean, if you can, a couple can. I will encourage a mom, to, especially if you just have a child, to stay home as much as you can to spend quality time. I know that we are concerned about money, about work, and that's another topic. I want everybody to start out simple. You don't want to get into too much debt and too much payments that both of you have to constantly work and worry about money. So that's another topic, to live simple and sustainable lifestyle. So anyway, you want to spend quality time with your children. I'm talking about, play with them. I know they're gonna have a lot of energy. I mean, so that's the thing. You have to be ready for that. Don't get frustrated and play with them. Maybe start, reading and get them involved to whatever. The key is to allow them to explore into their new environment. Whatever it is, but make sure it's safe. You need to actually safety proof your home, and make sure it's safe. If you have any stairs, you want to make sure you put a gate there, so that's very crucial. And any electrical outlets, you want to put what I call the protection plugs in them, and your kitchen have to be safe. Your medicines, all of that stuff, make sure they're tight. Don't let your kid have access to those chemical and harmful stuff. So extremely very important, make sure your home is safe, and take precaution, prevent before bad things happen, like fall and things like that. So anyway, even riding a bike, make sure you have protective gears on your kid, things like that. Don't take it for granted. You want it to be extremely safe. I'm very put stress on that. It has to be safe. Anyway, you might want to get involved with music, but during the first few years, particularly your kids, I get brain, because it's pretty much like blank. So as nature calls, they want to start learning on their environment. So so they can do everything. So let them do it, but whatever they want, as long as it's safe, and get them involved with good activities, like sports, music, you know, take them to library, kind of schedule your days so they get to do different things, not just one thing the whole day. Okay, this is the big one. I don't like video games, not too much at all. So I never bought video games for my kids. However, they got a hand me down, like Games Boy, I think little box, But I know some of you, will have a different opinion, but and I would avoid, have your kids spend hours doing video games. Now they can come in the, iPhone, iPad, whatever. I think it's some people try to argue that it helps with their reflex and all that stuff. I think that's your call. Get them involved with other activities, maybe with their hands, especially early years. Get to work their creativity and have their mind, kind of doing different things, whatever they want. I think nowadays I'm concerned about the school system as well. That some parents, a lot of parents, want to start the kids too early in school, in which I think that oppresses their creativity, their imaginations, in which we need, because the system try to turn into like uniform employees coming out, and that's not how human works, So we want to give them all the freedom to think, to do whatever they want, to explore things, and spend quality time, particularly if you can stay home with them. Maybe work part-time, I think the first few years are very crucial. The other thing is that if you have to take your kid to a daycare, it gets extremely expensive. And I had some bad experience with accidents to my kid. She had a big cut on her forehead and all of that, and the school, I was not happy with how they handled it, and so I rather, the first few years, rather have them in my house, doing that.